Alright, in this video I'm going to explain how and why to become a follower on power plan trades with some eye-opening facts. But before I do, we're going to talk about the why. So we're going to go to Power Trigger Trade. If you've been a follower of Power Trigger Trade, you notice my plans. Now recently I posted a plan in Power Target Trades, this Netflix plan. So I want to talk about that quickly. And then the JPM. And on August the 1st, inside of Power Target Trades, I explained this. I said this has an interesting time frame alignment where we could get an early, and take in some big fat profits while the options are trading very cheap. Because of this July 19th, because of that July 19th pullback that it had. What I said, so Netflix is set up to test 107 to 110 area. This needs to break above 99 in order to do so. This is more of an early entry type trade where we expect this to break above 99 soon, right? So then what I suggested is these August 19 100 calls are good to use. So we need, the key here is you don't just go long because we always wait for confirmation. This is the key, people, okay? It has to trigger. Well, it did trigger, because if you read what I said here, this is exactly what happened. What happened was this opened up pretty and then it started showing a lot of power this morning between at 94.50. So let's take a look at the charts. 1 second here. Okay, so let's take a look at the charts, people. I'm going to go to a 10-minute chart. So look at that. Just to show you, okay? Just to show you. Now, mind you, I was talking about this over here, August the 1st. Well, we didn't go anywhere. Notice it's in trigger. And then all of a sudden today, we opened up. And this did it, by the way, as something called a 1 hour rule. But anyways, that's another story. So as you can see, right around 9:10, power came in. Look at this. Look at the volume, right? Look at the volume. What is the, 1 second here. Where are you? Yeah, 2 million. 90. So, I got in right around the 95.50 area. Okay, it was very easy to get into. Let's go to a 5-minute chart. I mean, we can see that. So here's a 5-minute chart, and the volume is 900,000, right? Right around 95.35. See that? It's very clear to get in this thing, right? Follow through volume. Let's go to my plan, people. Let's go to the plan. See, 1 million on a 10. Well, we went way more than that, right? Now we didn't get it at 94.50, but at the 95 area. Notice I said look for power towards, and that's exactly what it is. It showed power and volume perfectly towards 95 to 95.50. So there you have it, people. Now, those options, when they triggered around 60 cents. And hit a high of 170. Okay. So what we usually do is, if you make 100% gain, well, it did over 100, you take 50% off and you hold it. Anyways, let's go back to Power Trigger Trade, people. Yeah, you can always check that video out, right? More of the video. Then, this I posted a while ago, and this did another 100% as well, July 19th. I saw this popping up on because I had it in my quote screen for the trading account. Okay. I posted this. Now this took a while. It triggered today, right? August the 5th, right? So these 19 calls were really cheap at the time as well, right? But they gained over 100%. You can check that out if you go to the quote screen on let me press pause for a second. Okay, so here I'm in Yahoo Finance here. I always look at the options so just to show you, just to give you an example here. So I talked about the 65 August 19 call. You see, these obviously hit, so they're up 139% today. Okay. Again, let's go back to the JPM charts. Now that's Now I explained about Google and all, but that's another thing. I won't explain about that because there was a Google trade, and I'm going to get to that as well. But that was before this one. And if you look at this, I talked about good action volume. So this triggered. This was very clear, right? So let's press. See, I talked about 65. It says the break above 65 on some good volume. Good action volume is 2 million shares on a 10-minute chart. If volume is less than that, then watch for basing above 65 and a power push towards 65.50. So let's take a look at what happened with the charts. So we'll put on a JPM, and this is a 5-minute chart, right? Now, 5-minute chart, volume hit. Where are you, volume? Always so many things on here. Yep. So in 5 minutes, you got 900,000. Right? That's half of the thing. So I could tell that there was a lot of power here. And again, you have a follow through. So between that, you're practically about a 1.5 million. It's pretty strong volume on an entry for this stock, right? Anyways, as you can see, people, damn fucking. All right. Let's go back here to power trigger trade. All right. This BBRY thing is something that I've posted the BBRY longs. It's not really a serious. It's more of a long-term investor thing that I helped this board out a long time ago. That's another story. You can read about that. Facebook didn't really confirm. These are stocks that don't confirm, right? HD. So I show that how sometimes setup they have to show power. They don't confirm. We avoid the trade like ATVI and HD. Now here's Apple. Right now, I posted this. This is another trade. So look at. I'll tell you the facts. This week I only posted about Apple, Google, Netflix, and Hog. Now Hog didn't confirm, didn't trigger, but Apple, Netflix, and Google did trigger, and so and JPM happened to trigger this week as well from prior weeks. So all triggered trades have been successful. That's a 100% success rate when you follow my thing. It's almost like my plans are like the next best thing, the crystal balls. Now, anyways, let's take a look at this Apple update. And I made several Apple updates. Now, this is what I said. I said it could be tricky because, this was one of those things. The stock was kind of like overbought. So I said, so what I said you do? I said Apple could be tricky these next few days. One could buy support in I thought it could pull back, but you know what? It didn't. So or one could buy the power if this can get back over 105.50. And this did actually hit this. If we look at what I talked about in power plan trades, I talked about the SPY supports 215. I said the market. Look, I want to look at this. I want to blow this up. I want to. This was the day of this day here of August the 2nd, and I gotta show this inside of power plant trades. I can show this here if I remember here. The SPY support is. I said this. Now, what did the market do? We hit that support, and it says good for new signal plants. Now, I said this while the market was going down. All right, enough said. Enough said. Just think about what I just said there. Think of the power of what happened this week. Power trigger trade, people. All right. Anyways. So this plan we triggered again, getting long on the 105.50. So this has worked very well as gain. And again, I talked about Apple. I'm gonna go back. So if you're paying attention to what I'm showing you, what you're seeing is a high success rate. Cat never triggered, and I'm making that point because they don't confirm. We never get in the trade. Okay. Here's the Google plan over here. Actually, this did 100% on Monday. And then there's another. I know what. There's another Google trade, but I'm not going to get into that. Basically, Apple. I did another Apple update over here. When Apple, let's click up and look at this. This is what's eye-opening, people. You're not going to find any. Look at. You're not going to find any site or any guru out there. They're going to be able to give you winning play, a lot of winning trades within a small selection. That's the key. Anybody can post 20 picks and hopefully that some of them will work. But the key, what I do is to try to make them that if they trigger, there's a high success rate, at least 90%. Never can. Neither it's going to be a small loss or a large or a small loss, a small win, or a large win, right? At a 90% success rate. Well, this week I demonstrated 100% success rate. Eye-opening facts. And not only that, let's take a look what I said about this. You should check out this video, by the way. Check out this video. Posted on July 31st. It's a really eye-opener. I talked about the February 11 reversal, but that's another story. Well, let's see here. Here's the last SPY update. Okay, let's talk about this. Now, So these are the reasons why you want to become a follower on power plan trades, because not all my plans I post on Power Trigger Trade. You know, I have been lately, but I don't always post all of them. And that's why if you want to see all my trades, you want to be. So anyways, I said that the SPY, I talked about the SPY confirming to higher levels. You know what? I don't want to get into this SPY trade. What I suggest you do, people, honestly, you should. If most people, you should really look into my SPY plans that I post. I think right there and then so far. Oh, you know, like the Google trade. Where the hell did I put the Google trade? I know because it was this Monday. Let's give it a second here. Let's talk about the Google trade. Okay, you know what? Before I'm not going to talk about the Google trade right here. I'm going to show it in a different place. So let's go back to Power Plan Trades here. Damn, Internet Explorer. Let's go to Power Plan Trade, Power Trigger Trade here. So, how to become a follower? This video will be posted over here. How to be a follower on Power Plan Trades. Well, first you want to have a profile pic, and that should be of stock chart, success, or a picture of yourself. Okay. Second of all, you want to send me a message telling me you want to be a follower on Power Plan Trades. So you want to send me a direct message on Power Plan Trades. So how do you find Power Plan Trades? You go here and you type Power Plan Trades. Right? This Power Plan Trade. Actually, if this is open, it could be open. So yeah. And then another thing I want to make a point. So once you're inside of Power Plan Trades, you want to see this pinned tweet video. Actually, sorry, in your message, I want you to tell me that you want to be a follower on Power Plan Trades, and you're going to see the pinned tweet video once you get inside of Power Plan Trades. This here, see, this pinned tweet is the pinned tweet video. You click on there, whatever pinned tweet video there is inside of Power Plan Trades at the time, you click on that. You'll always see it talk about Power Plan Trades. You click on that, see that video. Very important. Okay, so in your message, you're going to say, I want to be a follower on Power Plan Trades, and I'm going to see the pinned tweet video. All right. So that we got that out of the way. So now, let's talk about, 1 second here. All right, people. So here we are. We're inside of Power Target Trades. What I did was I posted Hog, I posted Netflix, and I posted, it's right over here, August the 2nd, the update. I posted one on August the 1st as well. But this is the one with we actually look for the trigger, and see, you can see here August the 1st, right? Here it is. Google. I said Google is a strong focus stock for next week. So I'm going to click on this here. See, so you can see this is the chart. And I talked about where that. Now, what I did was I entered this stock earlier on Monday. This is the 20. So this triggered right away. Let me press pause. So you can see on August the 1st, I made this comments. Google looking good. Startup position. Tesla is tricky, choppy. Apple is confirming from the 104.80 area, which is now a double confirmation, right? So Apple didn't confirm the gain. And I go, Google, notice how fast this bounced in the 765 area I mentioned. That is why I started a position in Google before the 775, which I did. I started this, I actually said this just in time to get in earlier. But usually we wait for confirmation. This Google trade was a little bit different. Of course, I got out of half of my position that day, and then I held another half a position in Google. It did turn into a loss at one point in time, but it reversed back and put me back in gain. So if this continues on, of course, Friday, on Monday, then that'll be good. But as you can see, I posted, all I focused on was, and I posted after I made that 100% gain in Google. Tesla was a shit action trade. I'm not going to talk about the Tesla, but that has done very well, Tesla, for us. We've done a lot. I've caught a lot of winning trades in Tesla. So you can see that inside. Now, do not ask me about power target trades. The way it works is you need to go to power plan trades first and see that video, okay? But I wanted to show this in this special video. Just 1 second. All right, this is in power plan trades. You know, people, I've posted a lot of stuff on the SPY. I have 7 winning trades. If you do your own investigation and check out for yourself on Power Trigger Trade, if you've been following me for a while, the key is I focus on a small select few stocks. It could be 5 to 7 picks per week. Sometimes less, sometimes they don't trigger, and we're looking for other ones. But it's not a big list. I focus on quality and not quantity. And if you want to become a follower and see all my plans, because I don't post a lot, I may post 1 or 2 on Power Trigger Trade and 3 on Power Plan Trades, or and then there is also power target trades. But again, I'm not going to talk about power target trades right now. What you want to do is see this pin tweet video once you get inside of power plan trades, and as you send me that message. So there you have it, people. You know, you got to do your own investigation. This is an eye opener, because, you know, 100%. You heard that right, 100% correct. Now, not always like that, but every trade worked, and that's with the market being really choppy. Wasn't that right? It was choppy. And let me prove that to you. You don't believe me that? Here's I happen to see, because I happen to see Crosshair Trader make a message. He said, "My message to CHTers: the last 2 weeks, trade small if at all. We are in a low energy rotational chop. Best be vigilant." So, in a difficult market conditions, according to Crosshair Trader, which is a very good trader, by the way, nothing compared to Power Trigger Trade, but a good trader nonetheless. Power Trigger Trade, I run circles around this guy. You can't put plans like me. But anyways, it doesn't matter. My point is that this is what, if people knew what I'm doing, understood what I'm doing. Man. Anyways, point is, people, look what he said, man. This is a good trader. Meaning, when he's saying that, look, he's telling us we got to be careful, people. Power Trigger Trade, I'm finding 100% winner bangers. Power Trigger Trade. In choppy conditions. You got to see this video. Look at people. You got to see this video. Let's scroll down here quickly. This fucking thing here. You got to see this SPY video. It's even this August the 1. You got to listen to this video. Actually, let me press pause here. Yeah. Anyways, you got to see this video. I show honestly a February 11 plan versus one of the best traders, Dan Zanger. You've got to see this video. It's an eye opener to see this February 11 plan that I posted. February 11 plan that I posted. I talk about the reversal in the SPY, and of course the SPY reversal. You've got to read it, but I really explain it in detail here. So check that out. And see how I compare it to one of the greatest traders. And honestly, it's eye-opening. If you really study my stream, just keep following. When you're ready to become a follower on Power Plan Trades, you're gonna want. I have a lot of special followers like that have been following me. They decide to become special followers, serious followers, and that's why Power Plan Trades was created. Anyways, people, this is a long-winded video, but you know what? It's an eye-opener. I'm giving you the tools. Hope you can. If you can't see it, well, you're one of the blindos out there. They say, there's a saying, people. Listen carefully to what I'm going to tell you. 10% will succeed. The 90% will fail. If you want to succeed, Power Trigger Trade I will help you. The people who find me realize that, because my plans are serious. We don't listen. JPM, it's all great. It made all this money and everything, right? But it had to wait for the trigger. This happened to happen today. It took a couple of weeks, but it triggered. I left it on my screen, and it triggered. So did everything else. So did Netflix. So did Google. So did Apple. This was a huge winning week. And Crosshair Trader, you know what he said. And you should see my other Google trades. But again, you got to scroll and look for yourself. Thanks for listening. Like the video.